Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. There is some interesting tea that was recently spilled about Ashanti and her former label owner, Irv Gotti. Now, some of y'all may know that Ashanti was previously signed to the record label Murder Inc. In fact, she was one of the biggest artists on the label alongside Ja Rule, and she had a very successful solo career in the early 2000s. But while she was signed to Murder Inc., she did develop a relationship with the CEO, Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti and Ashanti had a very complicated relationship because they were not only in business together, but they also were in a romantic relationship. And things did get a little murky when Murder Inc. dissolved. And I actually did a whole breakdown about this in my Ashanti documentary. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. But when Murder Inc. dissolved, Ashanti did leave, and Irv Gotti was upset about that, and he's still upset about it to this day. Now, in one of the recent episodes of Growing Up Hip Hop New York, Irv Gotti revealed that he wanted to do a reunion tour for Murder Inc., but he didn't want to invite Ashanti because he still had issues with her.
It's crazy we doing this whole tour.
Right.
We got this Murder Inc. reunion tour, and it's really dope. Like, we're doing the whole story, telling the whole story of Murder Inc. Ja will open and close the show. Fat Joe will be there, Fabulous. You know what I'm saying? Possibly Jadakiss, Little Mo. The tricky thing with the Murder Inc. reunion tour is I really don't with some of them.
We know. Like who? We know. Do you want to say names or no?
I can say
or
names.
should I say names?
I say names. A piece of me, Angie, is like, I don't want them around me. Me as a person, I get.
Yeah, but you don't have to be.
I get
to
choose
have them
who's
around you
me.
just to like let bygones be bygones.
If we're doing
like,
the tour, they're gonna be around me.
Yeah, but for how long?
For months. We're gonna be on stage, and to do this right, I gotta let bygones be bygones. But I'm in such a good place. I got so much great to think about moving forward. I don't want to think about the bad of the past. I mean, the world, everyone knows. I really, you know, I'm Ashanti. We haven't spoken, I don't know how long. You know, with Ashanti, it is a delicate situation. She is a big part of Murder Inc. The fans want that. Everybody wants that. It's weird. Just how I have my version of what has happened with me and Ashanti, she has her version.
And I have my version.
We were still married, but we were separated when they were dating. I was used to it from the beginning, like him going and traveling. I just wasn't used to the women. That was like new, like, where did these hoes come from?
I have a version. No, I'm just kidding, I don't.
JJ, you have a version? No, JJ was a
JJ
baby.
was young.
JJ
I was old enough.
JJ was like months.
Yo, you kicked me out.
I was old enough, I remember. So I was in middle school and all of this like cheating and scandal and like all this stuff happened with my parents. I was young in the sense of like I didn't really know how to comfort my mom. I just knew that my mom was hurting.
Now that's some new tea I didn't know. I didn't know that Ashanti and Irv Gotti were actually in a relationship when Irv was still married. I didn't know all of that, but I did know that Irv and Ashanti had something going on, and it did complicate the dynamics of their relationship. And their relationship became even more complex when Murder Inc. fell off. And Murder Inc. fell off for several different reasons. They had to deal with the negative publicity from their beef with 50 Cent. Also, the label lost funds and they were dropped by Def Jam. Not to mention the CEO, Irv Gotti, and his brother Chris were hit with money laundering charges, and they eventually did beat those charges, but after all of this happened, the label Murder Inc. was never the same. Ashanti left the label to look out for her own interests because she realized the situation wasn't really ideal. She already missed out on some opportunities and lost some endorsements over the drama at Murder Inc. Not only that, she had a very tense relationship with Irv Gotti, so she left. And Irv was honestly upset about this, and he felt like Ashanti wasn't loyal, but if you watch my documentary, you would see that Ashanti stuck around for as much as she could. But things weren't working out, and like I said, her relationship with Irv Gotti was tense. And this is what happens when people mix business with pleasure. It doesn't always end well. And in this case, it didn't end well, and Ashanti did talk about some opportunities that were blocked by Irv because Irv was very protective over her image and her brand, and he didn't want a lot of people working with her because she was hip his artist, and she was exclusive to Murder Inc. So she had a reputation in the industry that she was untouchable or difficult to work with. And she talked about one instance where Keisha Cole reached out to work with her, but she was blocked by Irv Gotti.
Now, there was a period of time when they said you and Keisha Cole didn't get along, but then y'all did something together.
Mm-hmm. She had reached out to Irv to do a record together with me, like a full album. Mm-hmm. And I never knew about it. And I don't know what Irv said to her, but it was something to the extent of,
you ain't
no.
on her level. Knock it off, Keisha. That's what he told her.
I mean, look, I don't know what was said, but she took it away. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, that's messed up because I never even knew.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and that happened a lot. Like in 2008, as I started working with different producers like Jermaine Dupri, Pharrell, Polo, a lot of different people from different areas, everybody was like, yo, we didn't know you were this cool because the perception was very different.
There's also another instance where Ashanti's ex-boyfriend Nelly wanted to use her picture in his video over and over, and Irv Gotti was like, nah, take that picture down because he didn't want anyone using her image in anything. That's how protective he was over Ashanti. And also, he had a thing for her as well. Both Nelly and Irv Gotti had a thing for Ashanti, and they were allegedly dating her around the same time. Now, Ashanti does deny dating Irv, but Irv claims that he was with Ashanti.
Like I think everyone knows at this point we had a relationship. Nelly's my man.
No, but at the time, there was some crunch.
It was some crunch.
Why?
Because we was with the same chick.
Were you and Irv really lovers?
Absolutely not.
They was in a video. It was that country video. I think he put Ciara in it.
Mm-hmm.
But at first it was Ashanti in it. So
Okay.
he had called me because, she's my artist. And I was like, remove her from that fucking video, dog. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It could have been salty. I could have been salty. I could admit it now. I could have been like, yo, you got in the video? Nah, get that shit out of here. She Murder Inc., nigga.
Now, from listening to that, you could kind of hear how protective Irv Gotti was over Ashanti. And when I think about it, Irv Gotti's relationship with Ashanti was kind of similar to Mariah Carey's relationship with Tommy Mottola. Both Ashanti and Mariah Carey were singers who fell for the CEOs of their label, but obviously the dynamics weren't exactly the same because Mariah was actually married to Tommy, and Tommy was way more possessive over Mariah than Irv ever was over Ashanti. In fact, Jermaine Dupri told a story about Mariah Carey on the show Drink Champs, and he kind of revealed how obsessive and possessive Tommy was. He was so possessive that Mariah Carey wasn't even allowed to leave the house without his supervision.
So I went to do Always Be My Baby remix with Brat and Escape at her house. And she lived next door to Ralph Lauren. She couldn't never really drive because she's Mariah Carey. And she was married to Tommy, so he wouldn't let her drive. The security have to drive her around. But she ain't like that. She wanted to get out and drive. So Brat became her driver. Okay. Yeah, like, yo, let's go. So I'm downstairs making the beat in the studio. Her and Brat, they done broke out, took a car and left. No security, don't know what's going on. So I'm downstairs trying to make the song, get the song right. And then all of a sudden it's like an alarm going off in the house and people running around frantic, like, yo, what the f is going on? And like, then you go to Tommy Mottola house, I guess I can say this. Tommy Mottola house, you like people outside with guns.
I believe that.
Shit. Yeah. So my security come, they make us check our straps.
Right.
Because everybody else got their strap. You don't need no strap over here. Everybody got guns. So that's how this house was. It was like, that's what's going on. Tommy and everybody's looking for Mariah. She's disappeared.
Right.
She's completely left the house. And I'm downstairs, and Brat is with her, so they think I'm in on it.
Right.
So I'm getting like questioned, and I'm like, I don't know what the f is going on.
Right.
And they actually really questioning me, like, you know what's happening, what's going on.
This is Tommy Mottola and Mariah's people.
Yeah,
Okay.
everybody's going crazy.
Security.
And they went to McDonald's. Like, on some bullshit. Like, that's what they went. They went to McDonald's. I'm in this house getting basically question.
Right.
Like, where's this woman at? And I don't know nothing about it, but they not believing me, right? And the security dude's about to get fired because he allowed her to. She snuck out. It was just like some real crazy shit.
Mariah security.
Yeah.
Oh, he's about to.
Yeah. Like
he should be
Tommy's
fired.
gonna kill him.
Yeah.
He's like, you're about to die because you let her get out this house without. You know what I mean? Like. That was crazy shit right there. Like just to see a star that level, you know, actually want to do something that's different in their life, and she did it, and it was like to see people panicking and niggas almost like beat me up.
Now, I just put that in there to show you how crazy Tommy Mottola was. He was about to kill one of his security guards for letting Mariah Carey leave the house, and he had his people almost beat up Jermaine Dupri. So his possessiveness was at a different level. Irv Gotti never pulled a stunt like that over Ashanti, at least to my knowledge, but he was still possessive over her, and he had strong feelings for her as well. So when she left his label, he got really bitter about that, and he's still bitter about it to this day. But honestly, I think Irv Gotti needs to let it go. He shouldn't let his own feelings get in the way of Ashanti joining the Murder Inc. tour, because you can't have a Murder Inc. tour without Ashanti. After Ja Rule, Ashanti was the biggest artist on that label, so he has to include Ashanti. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.